In 1871, a massive book appeared, dense, cryptic, overflowing with philosophy, ritual, and symbols. Its author, Albert Pike, the sovereign Grand Commander of the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Its title, Morals and Dogma of the Ancient and Accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry. Few outside the Masonic world have ever read it. Fewer still have understood it. But for more than a century, Morals and Dogma has been whispered about, condemned, and mythologized as one of the most forbidden books ever printed. Some say it hides the true philosophy of Freemasonry. Others claim it encodes a worldview that links ancient mystery schools to modern secret societies. Tonight, we open its pages. Now, let's set the stage. Imagine 19th century America, a land divided after the Civil War. Freemasonry had spread widely, its lodges filled with men seeking fraternity, ritual, and guidance. But Pike gave them more than ceremony. He gave them an entire philosophy, drawn from the Kabbalah, Gnosticism, alchemy, and the mystery traditions of antiquity. The result was Morals and Dogma, a book of over 800 pages, delivered to initiates of the Scottish Rite. Not to the public, not to casual readers, to the brothers of the lodge, climbing degree by degree. Each chapter was written for a degree of initiation, weaving together morality, symbolism, and esoteric philosophy. And this is where the mystery begins. On the surface, the book seems impenetrable. Pike writes of ancient gods, strange rituals, obscure symbols. He quotes the Bible, the Zohar, Greek philosophers, and even obscure Gnostic texts. To the untrained eye, it looks like chaos. But to the initiate, it was meant to be a light, a guide to the hidden meaning behind Masonry's rituals. Here's the problem. Pike never explained his symbols in plain language. He used allegory, metaphor, riddles. And so, for outsiders, the book became a target. Critics accused Pike of revealing dangerous secrets. Some claimed he worshipped Lucifer. Others said Morals and Dogma proved Freemasonry was not just a fraternity, but a religion of hidden gods. Even today, conspiracy theories swirl around Pike's name and his work. But what is the truth? Before we go deeper, take a moment to subscribe to Occultus and tap the bell. This channel is dedicated to unveiling hidden wisdom, and every like helps more seekers find the vault. Now, let's explore what Morals and Dogma actually contains. Pike's book is built around the 32 degrees of the Scottish Rite. Each degree has a lesson, not just about ritual, but about philosophy. For example, the degree of the Fellowcraft explores the balance between faith and reason. The Knight of the Sun explores enlightenment and the mysteries of nature. The Sublime Prince of the Royal Secret speaks of harmony between divine and human law. Through these degrees, Pike connects Masonry to the great traditions of the past. He quotes the Egyptian Book of the Dead. He invokes the teachings of Pythagoras and Plato. He references the Torah, the Gospels, the Kabbalah, and the writings of the early Church Fathers. In doing so, he presents Masonry not just as a fraternity, but as the inheritor of a perennial philosophy. The idea that all religions, all philosophies, all traditions are fragments of one truth. And here's where Pike becomes controversial. He dared to suggest that Masonry carried within it the secret teachings of the ancients, that its symbols, square and compass, pillars, blazing star, were not mere decorations, but keys to understanding the universe itself. For the average Mason of his time, this was overwhelming. Many could not make sense of it. Even today, Masons are not required to read Morals and Dogma. It is considered too much for most. But Pike wasn't writing for the many. He was writing for the few. Those who would take the symbols seriously. Those who would seek beyond ritual into wisdom. And here's the secret. Morals and Dogma is not really about Freemasonry. It uses Masonic structure, yes. But what it's really about is transformation. The transformation of the human being through knowledge, discipline, and illumination. Whisper. For those who find Pike's massive text too dense, Some guides exist that decode his work into plain, usable insights. One such guide is Morals and Dogma Decoded, Freemasonry's hidden wisdom unveiled. It doesn't replace Pike's text. It acts as a map, showing you how to navigate his labyrinth. If you're curious, I'll leave a link in the description and first comment. Now, let's return to Pike. What makes his book so fascinating is its depth. He writes of morality, but not in the sense of rules. For him, morality is alignment with universal law. He writes of dogma, but not as doctrine. For him, dogma is the eternal truth behind religions, stripped of superstition. Take, for example, his discussion of light. To Pike, light is not just a physical phenomenon. It is a symbol of knowledge, truth, and divinity. The initiate's journey is always toward light, and in that, he echoes Hermeticism, Kabbalah, Christianity, and even Eastern mysticism. Or consider his treatment of duality. Pike speaks of opposites, good and evil, light and dark, male and female, not as enemies, but as necessary poles of existence. In this, he echoes the Hermetic principle of polarity. Even his most controversial passages, such as those referencing Lucifer, were symbolic. Pike did not mean the devil of Christianity. He meant the light-bearer, the symbol of enlightenment, the struggle of humanity to rise from darkness into knowledge. Of course, critics ignored the nuance. And so, the legend of Pike as a Luciferian was born. But those who actually read the text see a different picture. A man obsessed with the unity of wisdom, trying to weave the fragments into a whole. And that is why Morals and Dogma still matters today. Because in a world fractured by dogma and division, Pike offers a vision of unity. A vision where symbols are not superstition, but keys. Where morality is not obedience, but alignment. Where knowledge is not forbidden, but transformative. Now let me ask you, have you ever seen Masonic symbols, the square, the compass, the all-seeing eye, and wondered what they really mean? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because in the next video, we'll decode Pike's symbols. We'll explore the hidden meaning behind the tools, the stars, the pillars, and we'll ask, do these symbols belong only to Masons or to humanity itself? Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this with a friend who loves mysteries. Until then, remember, knowledge is power, but hidden knowledge is transformation. Welcome to Occultus,